Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel, Moss Crossings. My name is Moss, and yeah, that's really the time it was when I recorded this footage. So, I've been having pretty bad insomnia lately. Last night I couldn't sleep, hardly at all, so I ended up getting out of bed at like 4, just giving up, and I decided to record a little video. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and get into my comfy cozies, and then I'm just gonna do dailies and whatever, I guess. I didn't record my voice with this video when I filmed it early this morning because it was, it was 4 a.m. and I didn't want to wake up my girlfriend or anything. I wanted her to be able to sleep at least. So I'm actually doing this voiceover after the fact, but I'm still pretty tired, as you can probably tell from my voice. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a longer Let's Play than usual. I probably won't be talking through the whole thing. It can just be a really chill, cozy time. Despite the stress of the insomnia, I was having a pretty chill, cozy time when I recorded this. There is something really special, I feel like, about playing Animal Crossing at like 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Yeah, so as you can see right now, I'm just trying to track down all of the pieces of Wisp's spirit. I'm not totally sure when I'm going to post this video because at this point, I have 3 speed builds that are supposed to go up, and I'm going to try not to spoil them in this video by like walking through the area, but we'll see what happens. Also, of course, going to be digging my fossils and hitting my rocks like any responsible resident representative. I couldn't believe that Benjamin was awake. I didn't think that any villagers would be awake at this time of night. I decided to pop by and visit Sprinkle since she was also awake. It turns out she was making a recipe that I already had, but it was nice to see her. It was nice to know that I was not alone in this big world at 4:30 in the morning. I thought I might as well grab that first lily of the valley that I've gotten on this island and put it in a place of honor, like I did on Solaris. I put some lily of the valleys right by the entrance just to show off a little bit. I had no idea that my island had gotten to 5 stars because in my mind, it's still like really janky. I feel like there's a certain like limited part of it that looks good and feels kind of finished, but most of it is just nothing. So that was a pleasant surprise to come across. I decided to do a quick little closet clean out. Just get rid of some stuff that maybe my villagers gave me and I didn't want it, or just stuff that I don't actually wear. Look, y'all, I have this thing where if I'm gonna go diving, I feel like I have to remove all the other components of my outfit. Because it's like, I mean, in real life, I'm not gonna go swimming in like a hat and a backpack and stuff. So I feel like I have to remove everything and then put the wetsuit on. All right, it's time for the polar bear plunge. I'm feeling so cold just looking at this. It was like right at 5 o'clock at this point, so I closed the game and then went back into it because the day basically restarts at 5 o'clock. So I got Isabel's announcements and I got my deliveries. Actually, I didn't realize I was going to get Gullivar's delivery so soon. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed in the pirate beard, to be honest. I thought I was hoping to get something cooler, like a pirate barrel or something. I grabbed the lily pad table because I decided I wanted to replace the natural garden table that I had in the mini neighborhood park. And I'm actually gonna work a little bit on the details of this area right now. This is the kind of thing that I do off camera all the time. I just fixate on one tiny area and like try a bunch of different items in one spot. I'm about to try some different things on top of this table because I realized that the yellow lily pad table and Mom's tea cozy, I did that exact combination in the build outside of Stitch's house, and so I wanted some more variety. But Benjamin was crafting, and every time I go inside his house, I'm so impressed. It's like he has like the only villager house where I almost wouldn't change anything about it. I feel like it's actually really well constructed. Yeah, so in the end, I ended up just going with the tea cozy anyway, but I did add a scrapbook and wooden block toy and a skateboard to this area just to make it feel a little bit more lived in, I guess. Yeah, obviously, I decided to take a cabin tour since that's something that I don't do every day anymore, and I want to start doing that again. But I was not very lucky with the island that I was given. I found this recipe, and that was pretty much it. So I'm grabbing some of these items that I want to take to Cyrus and catalog a few different customizations of them. I know it's like kind of redundant since I have all the variations in Wardell's catalog, but I like to have things in my actual Nook's catalog. I don't know. Look how misty Harv's Island was this morning. It looks a little bit spooky. Kix had a panda version of the bear backpack that I'm wearing right now, and I did not know that existed, but it's really, really cute. I turned back at the last second because I decided I wanted to put my hair into the hands of Harriet. And she gave me this haircut, which I actually really like. I think it's like my second favorite to the one that I already had. So I decided to keep it for a little bit, but I'm just gonna put my hair back to the bun that I had before because that's really my favorite. The bun and the rounded beard make me feel like a character from like Lord of the Rings or like Ned Stark or something. And that's really what I'm no, that's not what I'm going for, but it kind of is. So at this point, we enter the house decorating portion of this Let's Play. I decided that I wanted to work on my bedroom because it was looking very rough, and I realized I had a lot of stuff that I could be using for it. So I just spent a while working on this, and that's going to be the last thing that I do in this Let's Play. So I sped it up a little bit so that it would not be super long because I did work on this for quite a while. So enjoy this, I guess, mini little interior speed build in the end of this Let's Play. This room might seem a little bit eclectic or chaotic, but I feel like I've really hit this sweet spot between like the more natural, like browns and wood and stuff kind of aesthetic, and the pastels and bright colors and cutesy stuff, like the dreamy set kind of aesthetic. And to be quite honest, that feels so right to me. That's like, I feel like that kind of is my aesthetic in real life, at least right now. Um, so I feel like I'm really creating a room that I would actually want to live in real life. I was not expecting to feel so accomplished in this video, but I am so, so happy with how this room turned out, actually. Here I am changing my hair back to my preferred style. But yeah, I'm actually so happy with how this room turned out. It feels like what I would really, like, ideally want my room to be like. Yeah, I'm just adding a couple more finishing touches and then I'm gonna be done with this. I always forget about using clothing as decoration, but it's such a good trick. So hanging like shirts and dresses on the wall is nice, and also like leaving socks on the floor is also something I like to do a lot. It just makes the space feel more lived in. And I feel like I had a duplicate of this mom sweater with the green pattern, so I figured I might as well use, and I had a duplicate of the Robot Hero tee as well. And I feel like those two items are really indicative of my overall style. But yeah, now I'm just adding a few little finishing touches, and that's gonna wrap up the video. Thank you all so much for watching this very sleep deprived video. Don't worry about me, I'm gonna be fine. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you're new and you'd like to subscribe, go ahead and do that. It would help me out and I would appreciate it. So I hope that y'all enjoyed and that you have a great day, and I will see you again soon in my next video. Nighty night.